Welcome back, children. Now we will discuss the role of bacteria in the field of agriculture. We have discussed already about the role of bacteria in the field of medicine. In the field of agriculture, we will talk about the bacteria which can cause nitrogen fixation, that is called nitrogen fixing bacteria. Now these bacteria can be present along with the symbiotic relationship of the leguminous plants. You have already read in class 8 if you remember. There are some leguminous plants like peas, grams, pulses, beans. Their roots have root nodules. Nodules are the lumps. You can see these are the nodules. Inside these nodules actually there are colonies of bacteria. Which bacteria? The name is Rhizobium. Rhizobium bacteria. It lives in association with the root nodules of leguminous plants. And this bacteria is capable of converting atmospheric nitrogen into its compounds, because nitrogen as gaseous product, gas in the form of gas, cannot be used by the plants. So first this nitrogen is converted into compounds like nitric acid, nitrates, or ammonia, HNO2, NH4, ammonia, etc. Only in these forms, when the soil becomes rich, then only it can be absorbed along with water by the plants, by the roots of the plants. So these bacteria can convert this nitrogen gas into rich compounds, nitrogen rich compounds. So one way is Rhizobium bacteria, which is found along with roots of leguminous plants. Another way is there are certain free living bacteria also. Means they are not in association with any plants, but they are already present in the soil, and they can also convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen rich compounds. Two examples you have to learn for free living bacteria. They are Azotobacter and Clostridium. Then there are certain nitrifying bacteria. So what they do we will try to understand from this nitrogen cycle. So you can see there atmospheric nitrogen. You know that as nitrogen it cannot be used by plants. Okay, and nitrogen is a important compound of our living biocompound for our living beings. So it is either biologically fixed by Rhizobium, or sometimes in industries also this is converted into nitrogen rich compounds like making of urea, NPK, which are rich in nitrogen. So then we can give to the plants. So plants will get, so once it is given in the soil, it comes in the soil in the form of ammonia, right? Then it is taken by plants. From the plant's body, it is indirectly consumed by animals, because all animals take food from plants. Okay. Now after their death of the plants or animals, the body is actually again, it is converted, the living matter is converted into, you can see here it is written decay of living matter back into ammonia. So this is again done by some of the bacteria. So basically these bacteria are, you can see from here, the process is called nitrification. We will read from here. Plants need nitrogen for synthesizing proteins, but they cannot make use of atmospheric nitrogen. So they can obtain it only in the form of nitrates, so which they absorb from the soil, and these nitrates are replenished in the soil. So how does soil becomes rich in nitrates? It is because of the bacteria, because bacteria can convert the dead remains of plants and animals into nitrogen rich compounds, and thus soil will become rich in nitrogen. So the process will be known as nitrification. Okay, so first of all, what the bacteria will do, first of all, the dead matter is converted into ammonia, from ammonia to nitrites, from nitrites to nitrates. We have specific kind of bacteria. The bacteria which converts ammonia to nitrites is, example is Nitrosomonas, and the one which converts nitrites to nitrates, its example is Nitrobacter bacteria. Okay, and then there are even such bacteria which can convert these nitrates back into gaseous nitrogen. So nitrogen is used in the form of nitrates or nitrogenous compounds, we can say, that is with the help of some bacteria, and after they are used, their dead remains again converted into nitrates. from nitrates again converted into nitrogenous gas. So this cycle of nitrogen is repeated again and again. Okay, so when these nitrates are converted into atmospheric nitrogen, the example of such this process is known as denitrification. Conversion of decaying matter into nitrates is nitrification, and conversion of nitrates back into atmospheric nitrogen is called denitrification, and the example of such bacteria is Pseudomonas. Okay. Then let us see economic importance of bacteria in industry. Although it is bacteria play there is much role of bacteria in industry, but they have described only 2 points. One is in the flavors of the tea, that is called tea currying. Another one is leather industry, that is called leather tanning. Okay. The next topic is spoilage of bacteria, food by bacteria. So these are some harmful effects now. So you know that bacteria can damage the food stuff, they can contaminate the food, and by releasing some toxic materials, we call this process as food poisoning, and serious type of food poisoning is called botulism. So what are the methods by which we can make the food, we can save the food from getting contaminated by bacteria? There are various processes, we will just quickly go through. First method can be boiling or sterilizing. So you know that we boil milk. Why do we boil milk? Because boiling kills bacteria, and when we boil at high temperatures, then harmful bacteria, means the bacteria will be killed. Another way can be salting. You must have seen we make pickles and jams and jellies. All these things, the food products, the food items, they are treated with salt, because by salting there will be exoosmosis, means water will be released. So as a result, their bacteria cannot grow, because they need a wet, or you can say moisturized environment where moisture is present for their growth. Or similarly, dehydration, that is drying of the dry meat, dry fish, dry vegetables can be stored for a long time. Irradiation, radioactive radiations can be used for killing the germs like bacteria, like ultraviolet light is used, okay, for sterilizing schools, hospitals and factories. Another method is pasteurization. Pasteurization is a technique of sterilizing milk. First we boil it at 60 degrees and then immediately we chill it. So pasteurization kills majority of bacteria. Okay. Then sometimes we refrigerate it, cold temperatures. So microbes do not grow at cold temperatures. They need optimum temperature is between 35 to 45 degrees. That is why we refrigerate all the food items. Strong concentration in chemicals. Sometimes strong chemicals can be used to treat such food items so that we can preserve them. Like normally we use sodium benzoate in the tinned food and squashes. Now some diseases which may be caused by bacteria in plants and animals. In case of plants, common diseases is black rot of mustard, and the other one is bacterial blight of cowpea. In case of animals, anthrax and tuberculosis. In case of human beings, you must have heard many diseases are caused by bacteria like tuberculosis, diphtheria, typhoid, pneumonia, tetanus, whooping cough, etc. Okay, and nowadays, recently, now the scientists are preparing germ bombs. We call them bioweapons, in which when exploded may simply release disease germs such as anthrax bacteria, which may cause epidemic, means disaster at a large extent. Okay, so revise till here. In the next video we will talk about fungi.